Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different from what I normally do because a couple days ago I was challenged by Bogoly from Bogoly's Keeping It Real to give you my top 5 baits for bass fishing. So that's what I'm going to do today. I might throw in a couple other baits in there. I'm going to try to keep it to 5 though. I'm going to show you how I rig them and the colors I like to use. So let's get into it, guys. Alright, now right off the bat I'll say that this season has been very strange for me. It started off very slow. It picked up really well. I've been doing really well my last couple outings. But I'm going to show you my list of 5 baits, and you're going to be looking at this and looking at my videos from this year and saying, how can these be his top 5 baits when he's hardly thrown them? But I'm telling you that these are my 5 confidence baits. I know that in the long run, these are the 5 baits that are really going to do the trick for me. My number 1 confidence bait for quite a while now has been the 5-inch worm. The main type of worms I normally throw when I'm out on my kayak are these Strike King, just regular Strike King stick baits. They call these the shimmy stick, and my favorite colors would be, I have green pumpkin right here, I have the watermelon red black flake, and I'm almost out of these, but the watermelon black flake. Those are my 3 favorite colors when it comes to the shimmy stick. Another type of worm I've been throwing lately, if I can find it, I've been throwing these Beard Zero worms. Now the only thing different from these, well, not the only thing different, but one of the main differences from these compared to the shimmy stick is it has a curly tail. I haven't thrown these a lot until this year. I really like this. I really like this curly tail. I think it entices a lot of bites that the normal stick bait wouldn't. But I still throw this quite often because, like I said, it's been a very big confidence bait for me. So any kind of 5-inch worm, that's my number 1 go-to confidence lure, guys. The number 2 bait on my list is the Whopper Plopper. I absolutely love topwater bites, and for my money, it doesn't get any better than the Whopper Plopper. I throw a lot of different sizes of these. I've thrown the 110, which is what this is. I've thrown the 90, the 75, even the 60. If you're only going to choose one size, I highly recommend going with the 110. It just runs through the water the best. It makes the most noise. I catch the most fish on it. I catch the biggest fish on it. And it will catch small fish as well, but I catch some of the biggest fish on this lure right here, especially night fishing. And if you're going to have to pick a color, there's 2 main colors I recommend. For fishing during the day, I highly recommend the bone color. And for fishing at night, you gotta go with the loon. There's just nothing better than the loon. Now for the number 3 bait on my list, even though I haven't really thrown it at all this year, like I said, it's been a very strange year, is the Ned Rig. It is a great confidence bait. I don't know why I haven't thrown it that much this year. Actually I do. One of the main reasons is that one of the places I like to launch at to fish, St. Clair, has been closed. The Crocker launch has been closed all year. So that's where I mainly throw the Ned Rig, and that's where I kill it on the Ned Rig. I highly recommend the Z-Man Finesse TRDs if you're gonna throw a Ned Rig. Some of my favorite colors are like this one. Let me pull it out. So 2 of my favorite colors, one of them is this one. It's called the Green Pumpkin Goby. Excellent. I've had excellent luck catching smallmouth bass using this color. The other go-to color for me is the Deal. Actually, the Deal is probably my number 1 choice. If I can only pick one color in the Finesse TRD, I'd go with the Deal. This is just done so well. I've caught all different kinds of fish on it as well. I've caught smallmouth bass, bowfin on it, largemouth. Caught a ton of fish on the Deal, so that's a color I highly recommend. And there's a few more I'm going to try out this year. I'll show you real quick. My kids bought me these robo worms. It was either for my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember which it was, but they look pretty good. They're about a 1/2 inch longer than the Finesse TRD. But look at these things, they look phenomenal. And this color that they got me was called Aaron's Magic R&B. Almost looks like the PB&J that Z-Man makes. It looks really, really good. I think I'm gonna do well with it. And the other one I'm gonna use, if I can find it, right here, the Jean LaRue Ned Rig Inchworm. These look a little different from anything I've ever thrown, and they look amazing, man. And I've seen some really good reviews. Whoop. Blooper reel. I've seen some really good reviews on Tackle Warehouse. People say they absolutely slay smallmouth bass with these. And what I'm going to mainly put these on is these new type of Ned hooks I found, also on Tackle Warehouse. Check this out, guys. So it's your regular Ned hook, but you got an underspin on it. I think this is going to be amazing, this combination right here with the Jean LaRue on this Ned Rig hook with the underspin. I think I'm going to do some really good things on Lake St. Clair for smallies. But typically the type of hook I throw the Ned Rig on is a Z-Man finesse shroom, I think they call them. The size I normally use are the 1/5 of an ounce, and that's just what I normally use. The hook just like that, the Z-Man finesse shroom, and that's all I have to say about that. Now, number 4 on my list, the Swimbait, and specifically, I mean, I'm only going to really tell you one, is the Biospawn Exo Swim in the 4.75 size. And specifically, even though this is not what it is because I just ran out of the color, specifically the color I would recommend is the Sexy Shad. There's just something different about it. This package here is the green gizzard shad. I've caught some nice smallies on this color, but as you can see, I'll show you right now the difference. The main difference, other than that one is green and one is blue, is the gold flakes on the Sexy Shad color. This is the Sexy Shad color. Look at those gold flakes, guys. I think it's something about these gold flakes that just make the smallies go crazy, because like I said, I do catch them on this, the green gizzard shad, but the underbelly, even though the top is colored pretty much the same as far as the solid pattern, look at that underbelly. Something about those gold flakes, guys. I don't know what it is. It drives the smallies crazy. If you see my last fishing video on the kayak, I crushed the smallies on this bait right here. The 4.75 Biospawn Exo Swim in the Sexy Shad color. And what I like to pair it up with is a 1/4 of an ounce VMC jig head hook. I really like hooks that have these type of keepers on them, if you can see that. Let's see. I really prefer to have those type of keepers on there. If you don't have something like that, these swim baits, they just fall off far too often. So that's what it looks like rigged up, guys. I'm telling you, absolutely deadly on Lake St. Clair for smallmouth bass. The number 5 bait on my list is the Bandito Bug from Googan Baits. Now, Googan Baits, a lot of people talk crap about them. I don't get it, man. Maybe it's just because a couple young kids got rich. They make some good stuff, okay? They make some good crankbaits. They make phenomenal creature baits. The only downside to this bait right here is it's not very durable. You catch 1 or 2 fish and game over. You got to put a new one on the hook. But they are phenomenal. The main color I prefer on these is the Summer Craw color. And just look at the appendages on this thing. When this thing goes through the water, guys, these appendages move. They're amazing, okay? And the scent that Googan puts on these baits, it's like no other out there. If you've ever used them, you know what it smells like. And I think it's something about that scent and how soft these lures are that makes that bass hold on for just that second longer, that extra second you might need to get a good hook set. So I really love the Bandito Bug from Googan Baits, the regular size, not the 3.3 baby one. Get the regular size Googan Bait, or the regular size Bandito Bug from Googan Baits. You're not going to be disappointed, guys. Time for a bonus lure. Hard for me to get all my favorite baits into just 5 selections. So for the bonus lure, also made by Googan Baits, the Googan Toad. I really love the Googan Toad. I'm not much of a traditional frog fisherman, the types of frogs that have the 2 prongs. Just really hard for me to get hook sets. I'll get bites all day. Hard to get that hook set. When you use something like a soft body toad and you put it on an extra wide gap hook, like a 4-aught extra wide gap hook, I have no problem setting the hook. I made a video last year where I went out to Wamega Lake, caught a ton of nice big, like 3-pound bass on the Googan Toad. If I had to pick one color, I think it's called Green Pumpkin Pearl is my favorite color. They didn't have that last time I went to the store, so this one is the White Pearl Shad. The reason I picked this as a backup color is because most frogs, the underbody are white, so no matter which way this lands on the water, it should do well. Although I've never caught a fish on this color, I think it'll do well, and I just haven't given it enough of a chance yet. Alright guys, so those are my top 5, well technically top 6 since I threw in the bonus lure. Those are my top 6 baits for bass fishing. I hope you guys enjoyed this short video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure to go over to Bogoly's channel. Bogoly's Keeping It Real. He's the one who set up the challenge for me. He's got some great videos, some great content on there. Make sure you check him out. And until next time, guys, tight lines.